All right, here I am for my progress with this with the Yada Roadcam. Okay, I am making daily use of it, mostly for driving. I have it just facing up out. All right, I kind of wish I could take it off its pedestal easier, but I can't. This little button in the front takes so much force. I couldn't. One day when I really felt like I needed to take it off because it got so hot, I was burning my hands. When I touched the lens, it was so hot, and it was only like a 70-degree day out, 70 or 80. So I really fear the 90s and hundreds with this thing. I've noticed that I suspect that the heat, even in that heat, may have ruined an SD card when it sat in the heat. So I'm a little concerned about this device in some ways. Let me just turn it off. Okay, hold the button to turn it off. Boom, it's off. All right, I'm gonna try to just see if I can remove it, because you can only see I pinch and oh, it came off. Okay, wow, see what you're looking at are these two little hook things that hold it in place, and they don't like to move, or I'm pushing them with something in here. The hook thing is in here, but it's a real difficult, tight connection. There's no battery in this thing, but it does have a capacitor that charges for I'm guessing 12 hours. It might be longer. Charges, and I believe it's in here. Charges long enough. Okay, I'm gonna put it back in. Long enough to keep, like, okay. And let me just show. I turn it on with a battery. I do not want this connected to my car battery, and I had to use a separate cord, not the standard car battery, not the standard car the cigarette lighter port connection. I don't use that. It's sitting in my car here. I'm not going to use that. I have this separate cord that I had to buy at Radio Shack. It's the old style USB, if that shows. Okay, and it's a special item though. I think it might have been more common in the old days. Okay, and that turned it on. Might have been more common in the old days when the USB was coming out, and it's like $7 cord. It's not so rare that it's not expensive, but it's hard to find. Radio Shacks are pretty hard to find. I want to get another cord. I'm thinking though, just backup. So I bought this for my scanner, but I don't use a scanner a lot. But this scanner also takes that special plug-in, the exact same one. So it's one of them universal type of ports for a set type of product. They don't use the USB-C. They don't use the USB the original, or the smaller, the mini one. So I make use of this dash cam for just recording my drives, just whatever. I just keep her rolling, and explore, and just picking up. And I like the video. I think it's acceptable. Oop, I just turned it on this way, and I should not. Okay, because this battery I'm using turns off, so if it let like 5 minutes pass by, and I use two of these batteries, about 5 minutes pass by, the battery shuts off. I turn it on here, and then it'll run for like 5 seconds and then turn off, because it only takes 5 seconds to release the capacitor's charge, and then it dies. I gotta hit the button. Oh, okay, well, it's still on. All right, it's still remaining on. So then, okay, then it is safe to turn on with the on button. You just press it. Normally I don't use this. And see, that's the thing though. If it was in the cigarette lighter, it would be a lot different. I have to make sure to always turn this off when I'm not using it, because it does have a bit of a drain on the battery. I noticed this 20,000 mAhs. If I just let it, if it just stays on and continuously recording, it'll take all this battery life in less than 24 hours. The bigger brick style batteries will be drained in less than 24 hours. And imagine what that'll do to my car battery. I don't want to take a single volt or watt from my car battery. Save the car battery. I just kind of hold the spare batteries. This cord is so long that I could put the batteries almost anywhere in the car, but I want to keep them close to the front. But yeah, I also have the screen turns off. It's not a touch screen. The screen turns off after a minute. I guess I'm recording right now. I could stop the recording by hitting OK. All right, and now it'll just sit in a standby mode. I got the date and time accurate, and that's why I want to keep this camera I want to keep the capacitor always keeping juice, because when that capacitor runs out of juice, then I have to reset the date and time. Okay, I don't like doing that. It's a hassle. So I'll just put it at that. And being able to maintain date and an accurate date and time makes it easier to find files, because they're in like a date order, a nice dated order. That's the way I like it, because sometimes I want to use the video in my on my travel channel, as like I record on this phone. Well, I can add videos pretty easily from the Yada. It almost seems like Yada works with Samsung, which is my Samsung S20 is my phone, because the dates formats and time formats is the same setup as the Samsung. So I could put any file I want from this Roadcam into and mix it with my phone cam files, and they all get in a nice chronological order. Now there's a special way to save it, because I don't want to have to look back through I don't want to look back through all the files. So let's say I record a little bit here, and now I'm like, okay, I want to save this. Something happened. Oh, my hand did something weird. I want to save that. So I got to go up to this M, and that put a lock. You can see there's a lock that's on and off. Okay, I'm locking it. Let's stop it. Okay, it's 20 some seconds. I just hit OK to stop the recording. So now there should be, no, I stopped recording. No, it should be in an event. Okay, let me just see. All right, okay. All right, there it is. Now it's an event. You gotta be careful about that though. You gotta know the buttons to press, because I sometimes a couple of times I have tried to record All right, I wanted to save, and I hit the OK instead, because that seems more appropriate to save the event. And that just stops the recording. And now it's buried with all the other files. I have it set up to record 5-minute increments. So then I would have to try to remember the dates or something to find that old file. But to make it easy, if it's like an event like you get in a car accident, or just something cool happens in front of my car, I want to save that. I gotta hit the M, and that'll give me a lock. When it's not recording though, hitting the M will just take me to all the screen choices. Okay, whatever it's, oh, camera mode, and then I could look at, I don't have any photos, so there's one photo. Okay, well, all right, I don't know, M again, return. Yeah, okay, return. So I'm using this pretty extensively. It's a pretty decent little, well, $120 you expect pretty decent quality. I'm using the app a little bit. The app is pretty good connection. You just got to download that app, use it on the phone, and connect through Wi-Fi to this. It's pretty good, I'll just say that. I am not in the position to show. But if you wanted to connect, I guess, you hit the Wi-Fi button, and then you got I inputted that password into my phone, so it recognizes that. Then I can get out of it by pressing OK. No, pressing M. Okay, no. See, now there's things I don't quite understand. I can just simply turn it off. Okay, hold it and turn it off. All right, and it's set up like that. So I got a setup for recording things that happen in front of me. While I'm sitting in here, maybe there'll be times where I want to record when I'm away. Like I'm really thinking that there's something sketchy in the area. I just want to record in front of the car. But the problem is, if somebody passes or something happens in front of the car, I won't really know it. It doesn't respond to motion detection. The G-force, I'm not impressed with. I'm not impressed with it. I have G-force on. Okay, look at this. I get in a car accident. This is not... Boom, I get in an accident. Nothing's happening. Okay. It has G-force, like something with G-force. Maybe I'm not getting it quite right. I'm kind of only manually using it right now. Just turn it on when I'm driving, and that's it. Not G-force like detection. It definitely doesn't have good it says it has motion detection, but in my experience with motion detection from 2 other motion detection cameras, the cop cam and a trail cam, they don't pick up motion through a car window. I can't pick up through, even when it's right next to this, it doesn't pick up motion. It has to be outside the car to be effective. Yeah, but overall, I like it. It's just a manual engagement. It's very manually there's a manual engagement for it that's involved with charge. I have to charge up the battery packs every so often. Turn it on with the battery. But I've gotten footage that I like to play with, and that's really helpful. I like to have that cover of if anything does happen in front of me, if I get caught off guard. But I mean, that's it. Just in front. What is it? 130-degree field of vision. It's not incredibly huge, but it's gonna cover the windshield from end to end pretty good in front. It's a pretty good field of view. It just doesn't cover the sides. Doesn't cover inside the car. But Yeah, the SD card goes up to 120 gigabytes. I got less. Mine's on a continual loop. So um, I use that loop, and then when I press the M to save any videos that I want to save, those videos are not erased while the loop is going on. So I can keep the loop going, and videos that I want to keep, I'll just hit the M in the moment. Try to hit it in the moment or after the moment, and let the loop keep going. So that's pretty nice. Even the GoPro doesn't quite seem to have that type of a feature. They don't have a lot of buttons to work that type of thing. So that's kind of an advantage. I like that there's really no battery in here, because it's gonna get hot in the summertime. But it's got hot in 80-degree weather. It's gonna cause, that may not cause damage to the battery, but it might cause damage to the SD card. So that's a concern. I think I'll want to be pulling it down when I'm not driving. It's nice weather right now. 74. So it can handle this. It can handle pretty much every nighttime condition, but in the sun, I have to take measures to protect it still. Even though there's no battery in there, the heat's just, it destroys more than just the battery. But it's been fun to play with so far, and catching little moments here and there on camera.